Hello everyone out there and welcome to Will It Airfry? Most kitchens have an oven or a microwave, but how many kitchens have an air fryer? I imagine quite a lot now, to be fair. But have you ever wondered what the limits of the air fryer are? What can be cooked within the air fryer? Well, today we'll be answering that question by placing a variety of different food items within this beautiful, amazing appliance. Here's what we'll be cooking today. A heat and go steak and cheese sub. A regular orange. A specially selected blueberry muffin. An everyday essentials cheese and tomato pizza. A Tunnocks milk chocolate coated caramel wafer biscuit. Watch till the end, because I'm going to be taking these 5 items and answering the question, will it air fry? I always wonder, if this is the first video of mine people watch, will they know that I'm doing a bit? Or will they just think that this is how I present because this is what YouTubers do? If people have never used an air fryer before, I hope I don't damage it by smacking on the top every time I talk. If people have never used an air fryer before, there's some simple tricks in order to get it to function properly. The first trick, turn on the switch. That beep signifies that it's ready to go, except that it's not on. Now it's ready to go. This particular air fryer model is fairly simple. 2 settings, temperature and time. So, what shall we air fry first? First up, to try and handle the heat, the steak and cheese sub. I'll be back in 10 minutes. It's done. Shall we see what happened to the sandwich? Oh. Not gonna lie, this looks great. The veg seems to have burnt. But what this proves is putting a sandwich in an air fryer is actually a good idea. It's like a toasted sandwich. Maybe not 10 minutes, I think, is the takeaway. Honestly, not bad. Like, the bread is crisp up really nice. But these things, some of it's steak and some of it's green peppers. So I'm not sure what it's going to be like when I try and eat it, but clearly it's a little bit much. Shall we have a taste? Ow, it is hot. The bread is extremely crunchy. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. The veg doesn't taste hugely burnt. That bit did. All in all, I would say, will it air fry? Yes. But maybe for less time. The next question we have to ask ourselves is, orange, will it air fry? Might as well just leave the skin on. It's an experiment. What are our predictions for orange? I think it'll burst, and I think it'll burn on the outside, and the inside will just be gooey. My prediction... well, guess we'll come back in 10 minutes and see if the orange can air fry. The orange is done. Somehow in the break, when I was waiting for this to cook, I managed to rub breadcrumbs into my eye, so if one of my eyes is red and watering, that's why. Because I'm a tit. This is the one I think I'm the most curious about. Because I can smell it. I can smell orange. It means something has happened in there. But I don't know what. I don't know whether it'll have exploded or whether it'll just still be exactly as it was in the skin. So let's find out. Oh. Well, that's anticlimactic. It's just an orange. Maybe it looks interesting on the inside. You know, while I'm examining the orange, I'll put the next one in, because then I can not just like stand around and wait. I can actually, you know, do things. So, what's up next? I want one that I think we're going to see a dramatic change to, and that is the cupcake. You know, we saw what happened to the bread. 10 minutes in, I think this is going to turn into a solid lump. But I'm curious. So let's see if it'll air fry. Okay, goodbye muffin. Enjoy your time in the oven. And while that's on, let's take a look at orange. Oh, it's softer. Wonder if it'll steam up my camera. No, it's not even hot enough. And then there are some burn marks on the skin. But no, nothing changed. I don't know what I was expecting. I'm actually super disappointed about the orange because I wanted it to like go boom and juice everywhere and... I don't know, let's just eat some orange. It's just hot orange. There's nothing, it's not that impressive. In fact, it tastes worse. I have just made a worse version of an orange. We'll be back in 8 minutes to see what happened to the cupcake. Why am I pointing up? The muffin is done, and the first thing I notice is the smell is overwhelming. Let's see if it will air fry. Oh, whoa. Why am I expecting more? Every single time I'm like, oh, it's going to explode. Something interesting is going to happen. It's just a brown muffin. You know what? At least when I put the fucking chocolate in, that's going to go everywhere. Like, I've been wanting more each time, and I'm just getting the same thing every single time, which is slightly browner food. I thought this would be a great episode. You know, like, will it blend? And they put like shit like phones in the blender and they go everywhere. I was expecting will it air fry to be like, oh no, I open it up and the muffin's gone everywhere. It looks exactly the same on the inside. Look, it's just a brown muffin. It's a toasted muffin. It tastes nice. It's a hot muffin. It's a hot muffin. The thing about doing these kind of videos, where I just do whatever I want, is that when I start recording, I never know what's going to happen. And I guess that's part of the fun. It means I can improvise on the spot. But what I don't want to happen is anticlimactic shit. Like, the sandwich was interesting because it baked the whole sandwich into like sort of a really nice toasted mess. But the orange was just a slightly warm orange, and now I've got toasted muffin. I thought air fryer would do more. You know what? Next thing. So this next one is going to be interesting, not for the point because I want something weird to happen to it, but because I am curious if you can cook a pizza in an air fryer. Because if you can, then it'll save me a lot of time in future if I want to just have a tiny pizza. Okay, 10 minutes has been the usual amount I'm going to be doing. So I'm just going to go and eat hot muffin. A hot muffin actually tastes quite nice. And yeah, 10 minutes and we shall return for some air fry. That is hot. Cheap pizza. Will it air fry? Yes. You know what? It looks like a cooked pizza. Who'd have thunk it? I would say the base isn't as cooked as it could be. Maybe it would have worked better if it was... Nah, if I was to put it face down and the cheese just melt onto the bottom. What a stupid thing to say, Brad. It's fine. There is a very clear conclusion I'm coming to here, and I'll make that point after I've air fried my last product. Yeah, I'm completely getting mixed up in my head as to what this device actually does. Because I was like, ooh, it gets things to super high temperatures and it's like it's being fried. No, it's not. It's called an air fryer because it sells better than, I guess, being called small countertop air oven. But it's more an oven than a fryer. Like, because what it does, there's an element inside that heats up and then the air gets blasted around it, and that's what creates the heat, which is basically the same as a fan oven. Like, there's not really that much difference. So I'm going to cook my last thing, and the reason I've saved this one to last is because there is no chance that this one won't end up in a weird little puddle, and that is because this is a chocolate caramel thing. As you can see, chocolate wafer thing. Done. The last thing, and then I will conclude this, what was supposed to be a fun little thing where I destroyed some food, and turned out to just be... But you know what, I'm going to do a sequel to this. I'm going to do Will It Air Fry 2. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find things that will cook badly. Like, not just... Like the orange was, you know, it was warm on the inside. I'm going to find things you're not supposed to cook. Like ice cream! And I'm going to put them in the air fryer. Because that'll be more interesting than just cooking things. But yeah, I'll conclude. I've got one more thing, and it's going to be horrendous. And then we're going to conclude. So stay tuned. Now. And now. Close. So, is everybody ready to see what happens when you put a chocolate wafer biscuit thing into an air fryer? Finally, something interesting has happened! Yay! Okay, hang on. I'm going to get a video of this inside here, because if I try and take it out, it's probably going to fall apart. So the result is... this. It weirdly looks like pork belly. Honestly, the chocolate's burnt more than it's melted. I think I think maybe 10 minutes was too long for everything. Oh, it's so burnt. Genuinely, that's made me feel kind of sick. I could also be feeling sick because I've just eaten like loads of stuff. So, I said I had a conclusion drawn, and this is it. My conclusion to this video, will it air fry, is this piece of kit is great. Like, what I've just proven is that the air fryer is actually very versatile when it comes to cooking things in the kitchen. The main things I found they're good at are you can reheat takeaway food very well. I haven't tried it with anything too ridiculous, like too saucy or too like rice or anything, but it reheats things like takeaway chips extremely well because it uses the oils in them to sort of refry them, which means that you end up with chips that aren't like, because it's very hard to reheat chips or fries, I guess, fries from takeaways. And it's good at cooking frozen things. Anything that you buy frozen, like frozen chicken nuggets or frozen pastry things, like those things cook very well. And it's also very good at cooking meat. So, you know, you got your chicken thighs, you've got your... If you're going to cook anything that's particularly like fatty, I would recommend putting a bit of foil in so that it doesn't leak everywhere. And it just makes the cleanup a little bit easier. Because I've done sausages in these before and they do cook well. You just have to make sure that you're taking into account that the sausages are going to go everywhere. But no, that was... sorry. That was Will It Air Fry? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on this and comment with things you'd like to see me put in the air fryer in future. And don't forget to check back next week for another Brad Does Anything episode. Bye-bye!